Hello Internet, I'm your only mate, and it's time for a new episode of Death Battle! And this time we have Nightwing from DC versus Daredevil from Marvel. Now, as I should say with all my reaction videos, please click the link in the description below to go to watch the actual episode on the Rooster Teeth website to support Rooster Teeth in the best way possible, and all that stuff. Do it. Okay, so how do I know these characters? Nightwing, I'll admit, not too great. Mostly just by his name, Dick Grayson, and just through my friend Richard Kenobi or Jedi Bender or whatever. I'm still just calling him Richard, okay? Daredevil, I'm a bit more familiar with, just through the natural, being more of a Marvel fan than I am a DC fan, but mainly thanks to the Daredevil Netflix series. But I know because, that's just that's the Netflix series, it's not the comics, it's not the main canon source, so that's not exactly a good place to pull feats from or anything. But I just think it's a good show, and I like it. As for who I think or want to win, I don't really have much of a preference either way. But the main reason I wanted to see this fight was for who would actually win between the two. So that's about it. But I will just give another shout out to Richard here. And because I know Richard's really nervous for this fight. It's a fight he's been dreading a little bit because he does not want to see Nightwing lose. To give everyone watching an idea, for anyone who saw my reaction to Yang versus Tifa, try and picture that with Richard. This fight is his Yang versus Tifa, essentially. Super invested in one character, not so much the other. Not to say that he doesn't like Daredevil or anything, but it's just to give you an idea as well. So we'll see what happens. Also, I'm hoping the lighting is okay, because I'm sure it'll be fine. Fuck it. Anyway, also, we should be finding out what episode 100 is. I have a few predictions. Galactus vs. Unicron, Mickey vs. Bugs. And a while back I was thinking Macho Man Randy Savage vs. the Kool-Aid Man. I know they've talked about that. Maybe Juggernaut vs. Hermione. I don't know about those last two. I'm just throwing those out there because those are the ones that Chad and Nick in particular have spoken about, saying that they want. And I think they've been done for community death battles as well. So I don't know. But I look forward to finding out what episode 100 is regardless. So really excited to see this live action fight done by Ismahawk. Go and check them out and their show Minute Matchups. I think they've done Deadpool versus Deadpool. Or rather, Deadpool versus Barakapool from Origins Wolverine / Weapon 11 / Not Deadpool. You get the idea. Green Arrow versus Hawkeye. Flash versus Quicksilver. I think they did Megazord versus Voltron as well. No, yeah, they did. That was definitely. I can't remember what else, actually. I think they did something with the Joker too. I haven't seen all of them and whatnot, but check them out. They do good stuff. And I expect this to be one hell of a fight. I've seen the preview for it on Death Battle Cast, as per usual, and it looks so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on. Expect Special Star to steal that from me, the thieving bastard. And I'll hit play. Well, to be fair, I also got that from Riz Star a while ago, so great job, Star, you're stealing from a thief. And play.
In a world where superhumans can fly through the sky or lift buildings over their head, It takes a lot more than a pair of tights for a mere mortal to stand out from the crowd.
But these guys have it covered.
Nightwing, the original protege of Batman.
And Daredevil, Marvel's man without fear. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
In modern times, the questionable whimsies of the circus are all but dead.
And good riddance, because the world doesn't need any more clowns.
Yet in its heyday,
Yeah, Boomstick hates
performances
clowns
could
so
top the
much.
trapeze mastery of the Flying Graysons.
Well, until a mobster cut their cord on life short.
Asshole.
But they had a son, young yet just as talented as them. Orphaned and alone, all seemed hopeless for Dick Grayson.
Until he scored the coolest.
I'm
foster
honestly
dad in the
surprised
friggin'
Boomstick didn't
universe,
make a joke.
the goddamn Batman.
And under the Cape Crusader, Dick wasn't just a son, he was a sidekick, a superhero. He was Robin. Until he wasn't.
Ow.
You got knocked the
Spent many,
Okay.
many years kicking bad guys around the back alleys of Gotham City with his new dad. Who could forget the time he crushed Blockbuster under a truck, or when he whipped out that shark repellent? Never leave home without it, kids.
But then Batman suddenly realized, you know what? Bringing kids into battle is actually a bad idea.
How did you not know that originally, Bruce?
Promptly
Seriously.
forgot this little revelation.
Holy time to update the resume, Batman.
Jesus.
Probably for the best, though. I mean, come on. The kid didn't even have a proper pair of pants. What's your problem, Bruce? Whoa! The mouth on this one.
I don't really have
Actually,
any
it was for the
intention
best, though
of
not in the way Batman
watching that
hoped.
show, to be honest.
Inspired by a story of an ancient Kryptonian superhero, Dick took to the streets by himself with a brand new uniform and a brand new name. From then on, he would be known as
Is that a shot from
Nightwing.
Isma Hawke's Nightwing series? Because it looks like the same suit.
Gotta hand it to Bats. He sure knows how to mold a kid into a criminal-crushing machine. With expertise in Taekwondo, Ninjutsu, Aikido, and a bunch of other styles, Nightwing is one of the finest martial artists in comic
Mastered
book
over
history.
10 martial
no
arts,
doubt helped by
okay.
his world-class acrobatic skills. He is one of only 3 people on Earth who are capable of performing a quadruple flip.
And between
Damn.
the fancy schooling he got at Hudson U and being a founding member of the Teen Titans, he's got brains and brawn, plus a whole lot of weapons.
Nightwing's suit is lightweight.
One of them has the
and makes
dumbest
virtually no
names I've
sound when moving.
ever heard.
Blue colors even turn
No
black
sound when
when
moving.
dark.
That could
His
probably
mask
help a
features
lot.
holographic UI, complete with night vision and a spectral analyzer.
He's rocking utility belts on his wrists and ankles full of lockpicks, smoke pellets, and staples that are so strong they can support the weight of a freaking helicopter.
He also carries a rebreather, grapple gun, and wingdings.
That weird alien.
That's like the
butt
dumbest
will-
name for a projectile I've heard. It sounds like a rejected like KFC food.
No, more like the batarangs or thrown shurikens. The standard wingdings are extremely sharp. But
I
he
still
also
can't get
carries
over that
a
name.
ultrasonic and
I'm
explosive
sorry, no offense
But
to
let's
Nightwing
get
or
the
Nightwing
good
fans.
stuff,
It's just
like
that
his
name
two
is just.
screaming sticks
Eskrima sticks.
that are great for beating the shit out of people. And they'll be pretty shocked when they find out
That-
Nightwing has wired them with 50,000 volt tasers.
Despite their falling out, Nightwing clearly remains inspired by the gadgets and skills of his baddie mentor. And he's put them to good use.
He's strong enough to punch people through solid walls and smash through a sheet of ice from underwater and hold back the 19,000 pounds per square inch bite force of an orca.
Jesus.
While breaking a car window doesn't sound impressive, Nightwing's done so while the car was underwater and therefore pressurized. To pull this off, he needed to impact the glass with over 24,000 pounds per square inch.
He's
Okay
quick
then,
enough to
Jesus.
dodge point-blank gunfire, skilled enough to leap through the city while blindfolded, and tough enough to survive falling off a building.
Generally, any unsafe landing over 21
Ow.
feet is guaranteed to break bone.
And Nightwing dropped 140 feet onto his butt, and he was fine. And we've all fallen on our tailbone. That shit sucks.
At one point, Nightwing spent
does.
96 hours patrolling city streets looking for the criminal mastermind Two-Face, and an additional 5 or more hours collecting evidence. A 2010 study on sleep deprivation noted
Oh, yeah, I
that
remember
72
this.
hours without sleep leads to a number of horrendous side effects, including hallucinations.
But when it was time to leap between blimps hundreds of feet in the air and give Two-Face the beatdown he deserved, you couldn't even tell Nightwing was in desperate need of a nap. And don't forget, he was trained by the #1 detective in the world. He's good enough to solve a kidnapping with a single look at the scene of a crime.
Even more impressive.
That is impressive.
He once performed a skydive at 930 miles per hour, which took all of 15 minutes. That puts his starting position around 25 miles high and free falling faster than the speed of sound. For reference, real-life Austrian athlete Felix Baumgartner performed a similar great leap from 24 miles up, hitting a maximum speed over 800 miles per hour. To pull this off, he needed a specialized suit to protect him from the extreme cold, unfiltered sunlight, and lack of oxygen. One mistaken movement could have put him into a rapid spin, rendering him unconscious and causing his blood to boil.
And Nightwing
Jeez.
just did it without any of that. Damn.
He's certainly tough, but he's had his fair
Christ.
share of losses. His scarred body is proof.
Ooh.
And eventually, him and Bats finally made up. He even took up the cowl himself when Batman was out for a while. Nightwing is one superhero who will always come out on top, along with his partners, Jim and Juan.
What?
I mean, it's right here in the intern's notes. Who's Jim and Juan?
Oh, that's the names these ladies gave his butt cheeks.
Oh.
Well,
I don't know, they're gonna make a joke about that.
Robin?
Yes.
I haven't used that name in a long time. Call me Nightwing.
I don't think I ever saw that episode of Teen Titans.
Before he became the Man Without Fear, Matthew Murdock was the
Now,
son
here's
of
the
a
character I'm
professional
more familiar
boxer
with.
named Battling Jack.
Sounds like a badass. But Jack actually boxed because it was the only thing he was good at. And he needed money to get his kid through school so that little Matt would have a better life than he did.
Aww.
Oh, what a good dad. He's punching people for his kid.
That is a
Matt
good
still
dad.
trained in secret with his father's exercise equipment, molding himself into a powerful fighter and an expert acrobat. This new athletic ability would come in handy when he witnessed a blind man walking right in front of a
Oh, boy.
speeding truck.
Feeling especially heroic that day, Matt dove in to push the guy to safety, but the truck
And-
crashed, sending some weird acid stuff flying all over Matt's face.
From that day forward,
Into his
Matt
eyes.
was permanently blind.
I can't see! I can't see!
That was one hell of an opening.
Still, Matt did not give up on the dream his father wanted. He earned his degree with flying colors and founded a law firm with his friend Foggy Nelson. Things were actually looking up for him.
Well, except for when his dad was killed by a mobster for ruining a rigged boxing match. Because you can't be a superhero unless you've lost your parents.
Matt was
Unfortunately,
distraught.
that's true.
His world had come crashing down around him, and he couldn't even see it happen. But he could hear it, smell it, feel it.
Yeah, 'cause turns out that radioactive goop didn't just blind Matt, it gave him superpowers. So he dressed up like the devil himself and literally scared the mobster to death.
And so, Daredevil
Okay
was
then. So much awesome action in that show.
particularly those born with it.
I never saw this
experienced a
movie, by the way.
rewriting of the brain to heighten their other senses.
I saw that Everything
somewhat
Wrong
making
With
up
by
for their lack of
CinemaSins.
sight.
Something similar happened to Daredevil, except like 100 times greater.
His touch became so sensitive, he can tell when a person is close to him simply from the disturbance in the air. His ears
Damn.
can pick up the faintest of sounds, from the slightest movement of an enemy to the rising heartbeat of someone who's lying. His taste can detect each separate ingredient in any recipe, including poisons, and his nose can track you down like a bloodhound.
Who needs eyes when you can sense everything around you to the smallest detail? But he couldn't use his
Okay, I
brain
misread
powers as well
read
as he
sorts of
does
it in there.
without the training under a super secret warrior
Stick.
named Stick. No relation.
With Stick's help, Matt mastered several fighting styles, including ninjutsu, Krav Maga, and Kung
Several,
Fu.
but oh, over
And
13.
Stick had basically the same blind powers as
Oh.
Daredevil.
Whoa. Silk sheets.
Thanks to him, Matt learned how to hone his senses, to know and maneuver through his surroundings even better than those with working eyes. He also learned how to tap into something called an atom-induced radar sense.
Like that thing that bats do when they bounce sound around to see in the dark or whatever.
If you really think about it, he should
That's
be
sonar
Batman.
for location, and he can use it too. But thanks to his radioactive origins, Daredevil can actually emit electromagnetic energy waves from his body, which
what?
bounce off objects in his vicinity, painting a picture of his surroundings in his head.
Oh.
This means he doesn't
Somebody
need
else
sound
has
to
similar to
find
Spider-Man
and take out
Spidey.
his
Oh,
opponent.
yeah, I
Oh, he's got
heard
a ton
somewhere
of ways
that
to make up
Stan
for
Lee
his eye
confirmed it's
problem,
actually better.
But he's also got some awesome gear to help him take out the bad guys. like his devil suit that's bulletproof, shockproof, flameproof,
Shockproof,
and a perfect
okay.
backup plan whenever he forgets to prep for a Halloween party.
For combat, he built a versatile weapon out of his most innocuous possession, a walking cane.
By day, he's a feeble blind man slowly tapping across the road. But by night, he whips out the horns and snaps his cane into a high-tech billy club.
That is pretty cool.
Cable, hidden blades, a recording device, and exploding pellets.
It can even turn
Jesus.
into a boomerang. Man, where do I get one of these? You don't
Why have I not seen this in the Netflix series?
You already destroy everything without a super club.
Well, I'd need to practice to throw it as well as he does. You know how Captain America tosses his shield all over the place and it always seems to come back to him? Well, Daredevil does the exact same thing. And he can throw it hard enough to bust concrete. He's
Jesus.
super strong. He can lift a 400-pound barbell and chuck it as casually as when I toss a beer away if it's time for a new one.
He is quick enough to deflect bullets with his billy club and skilled enough to bounce one back so it killed the man who fired it in the first place.
Jesus
I wasn't
Christ!
expecting that. It looks like he's firing a Glock, which has a muzzle speed of about 1,200 feet per second.
At just 20 feet away, Daredevil had to react within 17 milliseconds to avoid getting hit. And while he
Oh my
couldn't
God.
survive a shot to the head, he's powered through a heck of a lot when compared to the average human.
He's survived zaps from Electro, whose power can burn through metal. He's fallen multiple stories and walked away.
Hell's
Powered
on against
through a
Spider-Man.
napalm explosion and been hit by a 5-foot bar swung by the Ox, who can tear through metal cages and lift more than 800 pounds.
Huh.
His control over his nervous system has also helped him resist tranquilizers and toxins. But his super senses are also his biggest weakness.
They may give him way more field awareness than most anybody else, but if his opponent knows how his powers work, they can overload his senses with an
Or
extremely
figure
bad
them
voice
out.
or a really bad smell. Like if you had a truckload of screaming skunks you could throw at him. That'd probably work, right?
But even with those weaknesses,
Maybe?
Daredevil is a
I don't know.
fearsome foe for anyone who would face him, even if he can't see them.
He even managed to balance his life of law and the crime fighting, and became a huge success on his own. Papa Boxer would be proud.
He would.
Kill you! Take your shot.
Pause. Okay. I'm thinking Daredevil's gonna win. Just from the shit that they pulled up, like the durability stuff, it did seem just a little better than the stuff that Nightwing had done. From what I heard, it sounds like Daredevil might be stronger. The PSI they mentioned just seemed better to me. And I even remember a while back, I think it was Richard saying Daredevil's a better fighter. They said in the analysis, well, it was in the sidebar, I looked. The Nightwing had mastered 10 martial arts, but I think for Daredevil it said 14. So I want to go with, I'm really thinking I want to go for Daredevil. And also, I think just due to, like, super senses, that should help him out a lot more in this fight. Especially the, don't know why I said especially then, but anyway. Now, yes, you can get around that, but Nightwing's not going to know about any of that. And, well, yeah, he probably could maybe figure it out. Potentially. Then maybe he can get around that, but I'm not sure about that argument. Let's see, and okay, they said the Nightwing's suit doesn't make any noise, so that could maybe help him get around like Daredevil's senses, but I mean, even if he just breathes or his heart beats, or they even said like Daredevil can like emit that like wave to bounce off all of his surroundings, so I don't think that's gonna help much either. And if he can handle hits from Electro, then I don't think the electric tasers in Nightwing's clubs are going to do too much. Then again, I don't know how he was after the Electro hit. He could have been nearly knocked out. I don't know. I don't know the full context, but from everything I've heard, I want to say Daredevil's going to win. So, I'm just going to go with that. If I'm wrong, oh well, I'm not really that fussed either way, to be honest. So, yeah. Finally, I think Daredevil's going to win. And play.
All right, the
Combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all. It's time for a death battle! Okay. I love the music for this. It feels like it came straight out of the Netflix series, too. Totally not a Honda ad, by the way.
I know you're there. You can leave now, or I can drag you out. It's your choice.
I gotta look up the name of the guy who's playing Daredevil.
Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots.
Danny, you look
Especially
great.
Looking at the Prince of Darkness. But that case over there is part of an investigation.
Also, I like the
working, so why don't
quip.
you hand it over, and I'll get out of your horns.
I'll get out of your horns.
Is that a no then?
I'd take that as a no. Man, I love this choreography so far. And backflips over the wingdings! I thought that was so cool when I saw it. Not even looking! That is badass. I think I saw a blooper of that. That's show on Twitter. Jesus. Oh, he's putting the stick out. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Come on, Daredevil. I put my bets on you, dude. Ooh. Ow.
Better.
I like that line. Also, Daredevil, for your sake, I hope you don't die horribly. You're gonna look like an idiot. Oh, nice. Ooh, Jesus. That's not gonna do it. I mean, he's already blind. Though it's gonna make it harder for me to see. Oh! So cool! Oh! I saw the blood splatter, that looked painful.
I wish I could see the look on your face.
Oh, maybe don't say that.
Me too.
Oh no! I'm starting to think Nightwing's won now.
See you in hell.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it. He's dead. Okay.
What the? Was that live action? We can do that.
I love how he's questioning it.
Closest matchups to date. Despite lacking a true superhuman physique, both Nightwing and Daredevil were extremely skilled and deadly fighters.
When it came to overpowering each other, they were pretty dead even. Sure, based on their previous feats, we can tell that Nightwing seemed a little stronger and more acrobatic, and Daredevil seemed a little quicker to react.
But these differences were extremely minimal. It's actually feasible that these two could pull off almost all the exact same feats.
Keyword being almost.
Right. With such similar physical abilities, this really came down to their arsenal. Nightwing's gadgets
Okay.
and Daredevil's superpowers. At first glance, these could simply counter each other, making this match completely even again. For example, both could take advantage of the dark with night vision or super senses. But only one set was perfectly suited to actively disrupt the other.
Remember Nightwing's scanning mask? There's no way he couldn't notice those electro waves Daredevil's radar sensors.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Magoo could have figured out something was weird here, let alone the guy trained by freaking Batman. You know, the greatest detective in the world.
Through a little hand-to-hand action, Nightwing was certainly clever enough to recognize Daredevil's reliance to sound over sight, and had the perfect counterweapon. The
Okay.
ultrasonic wingding.
I was wondering
I'm sure there
what that
were
was.
several possible scenarios where Daredevil could have pulled off the win, but more times than not, Nightwing takes this thanks to his athletic skill, detective training, and high-tech gadgets. All he had to do was dare to wing it.
The winner is
Alright,
Nightwing.
congrats Nightwing. Anyway, episode 100, what is it? A classic matchup, ooh. With new rules. Okay.
Let's go.
Mario? Oh, remastered!
Oh, this thing came off the camera when I was setting it up.
Are you
And we're
telling
seeing
me
Wiz and
every
Boomstick
single
next
you
time.
set up the camera, you've never taken the cap off? Hey, thanks for watching our 99th episode. And
Okay, so is that a rematch or a
We
remaster?
got a new t-shirt. Hey, if you guys want to pick one up, just click that shop now button right over there.
I gotta relook at that. Let me see. Okay, it goes to Optimus versus Gundam for some reason. Thanks, computer. Cheers. Really helpful. Okay. Alright, so... Alright, so... Oh, yeah, I also want to get the... name of the... Oh, Tyler, okay. Alright. I had to get the name there. Let me see. Come on. Show me. Okay, Alright, it doesn't say rematch or remaster, so... I still have questions about that next time, but anyway, as for this fight, that fight was fucking awesome. Like, the choreography and just, like, so much stuff, that was just so cool. Like, honestly, I would love to see more live-action death battles if, like, at all possible. Maybe Red Hood versus Winter Soldier, or James Bond versus Jason Bourne, I don't know. Just something like that, probably. We'll see. And as for the verdict I was thinking about, yeah, I was wrong, but like I said, it was a close fight. And not really that invested either way. And I mean, I was questioning, like, how exactly did Nightwing, like, click on to the whole, like, exploiting the sense thing, but the way they brought it up, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, that was really, like, my one issue when I was watching the fight, but then when they cleared it up in the post-analysis, okay, fair enough. And I like how Boomstick afterwards was like, wait, was that live action? We can do that now? That was great. As for the fight, Danny, you looked great as Nightwing. Like, seriously, well done, sir. And Tyler, I'm not gonna lie, you almost look exactly like Charlie Cox straight out of the Netflix series. So, perfect right there. And you both did, oh, so good. Now that next time... Surprisingly, that matchup means an awful lot to me. Because for anyone who doesn't know, that was the first death battle I ever watched. That was the debate that got me into Death Battle. I really want to know if this is going to be like a rematch or a remaster, like Boba Fett vs. Samus Aran or Goku vs. Superman 2, like, sort of thing. So, who knows? I mean, yeah. All I know is it's a hand-drawn fight by Blind Ferret, and actually thinking about it, that works. It really does. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Nah, not sure what else to say, really. But, yeah, no, I'm just gonna end it there. So, thanks for watching all of that stuff, and here's whatever outro I didn't use last time because I keep fucking forgetting what one I'm using. Bye.
Hey guys, Goku here. You're watching Your Only Mate, and Your Only Mate is only good for the fact that at least he won't eat as much of your food. Catch you later!